Hello, Andrea. How are you?
Hello, Vanessa. I'm good. I'm totally good. How are you?
I'm great. So I want you to say congratulations for, we're in the Iowa coaching method and now we're like really at the end of it. I'm so proud for
Yeah.
all the amazing things that you've done. We honestly
Thank
created
you.
magic
Thank
together.
you.
And so today I just wanted to go through, a bit of a fun sheet, see how, the journey has been so far. How open are you for that?
Totally open. Completely open. Let's
Amazing.
go ahead.
So I wanted to ask you first, what was your life like before you joined the AWA coaching program with me?
So it was good, but just apparently good. I mean, I was doing good, professionally. I was seen probably from the outside as the person, successful person, great lifestyle, everything on point. But actually, on the inside, I had some things to fix. So I was, a bit burnt out. I was, stressed and everything. Let's just say that everything wasn't looking as good as it was appearing from the outside. Let's say that.
Beautiful. And that's the hardest part because when we have everything on the outside, we feel like, why are we not feeling it on the inside? It should be
Yes.
translated,
Yes.
right? And I definitely understand from my personal experience, having lived on an island, having been a dentist, everything going great, and not feeling all the inside. And it's a pretty lonely feeling, right? And then we get
Yes.
into dark places and that could lead us into burnout. So I definitely
Yes.
understand that part.
Because
And
you know what, it's even more frustrating because also from the outside, even if you have a moment, let's say, of discomfort and you want to try, to share a thought with someone, they're just like, looking at you like, but why are you complaining? What's wrong? I mean, if you are complaining, what should I say? So there's always this tricky mechanism, and I was like, okay, it's definitely super off. Something is totally off. So that was the starting point for me.
what specifically were you struggling with before?
I was in a lack of balance. I was in a lack of balance because I was, again, as I said, everything was apparently perfect with work, great achievements, super, recognitions, the good person of the bunch, the high achiever and everything. But I was like, yes, it's true. I mean, the achievements are there, numbers are there, but I'm lacking a lot from the inside. I wasn't feeling aligned because yes, huge responsibilities, huge accomplishments, but still something was missing. Something very, very, very big actually was missing.
Exactly. And what is your life like now after we've gone through the Iowa coaching method and this journey that we're going on together?
Well, first word that I would say, it's different, of course, because now I'm completely in alignment and I'm balancing more, the work, the private, and my own self, actually, my own person, my own, because what I was missing before is that, yes, everything was cool again from the outside, but I was lacking in the inside. And now I learn how to set, healthy boundaries, how I learn how to balance myself more. I learned to take care about everything. So, which doesn't mean that now, I'm not getting the results, I'm not doing what I have to do, and I let go responsibilities, because it's not like that at all. But I could find a way to manage everything even better, probably, and also feel good. So, like completely cut off the stress, cut off, the mental thoughts which weren't beneficial for me. So that's the big achievement, the acceptance also, because the big struggle was like, wait, why can I not function as a robot? For me it was like, wait, I want to do more, I want to be more, I should be the working machine and everything. And I was kind of blaming myself, for not being able to do that. But it was actually a bit of a unreal expectation at the end of the day.
100%. And I think this is what a lot of us high achievers we go through, right? Is those high
Yes.
expectations, sometimes unachievable ones, and then we punish ourselves sometimes if we don't achieve them, and we become harder on ourselves, making it even harder to put new expectations
Yes.
follow through. Completely understandable. Not only I've seen it in myself, but in a lot of people that I've worked with. It's something that and it definitely comes from a lot of places, right? From the way we were raised, what we want in our lives may be completely different from what we were raised. But the thing is when we embrace it in a beautiful energy way and making it work for us, this is where everything changes. So tell me, what are some tangible results that you've experienced after, working with me on finishing definitely that big first part that we've done together so far?
So for first, my mental approach to basically everything, because it's not just about work, but it's also, side projects. It's about, setting intentions, setting responsibilities in general. So the biggest thing that I can see that has changed, it's my reaction, my mechanism of reaction, my approach to the environment, to the responsibilities, to everything. Because yes, I'm still, taking on everything, but in an healthier way. So that's the biggest, accomplishment for me.
Exactly. And from our journey together, I definitely see from that sense of clarity, right? Like, you know exactly who you are, you know exactly what you want in your life. And now you're going for it. And now we're continuing the journey to make sure 100% that you're living exactly that life. And it's such a beautiful journey, but having that clarity on who I am and feeling it and embodying it and living it. And by doing so, that sense of burnout just goes, because we're busy, we're still busy, we're still doing so many things. Our lives have been as active as before, but there's this sense of clarity and purpose that you actually enjoy it and you don't feel that burned out like we did when we first met, if you would remember.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's such an important thing to give awareness about, that once you find who you are and that clarity, that you get more productive, you get to do more things. And like, how is this possible that things happen that well? Because it's just, we're following our own purpose, and things get aligned as we follow through, and we don't feel it's difficult, right? To do. It's just because we're already high achievers. We already do whatever we set our minds to. But something that you've mentioned,
it's just a matter of doing it, in a better way, in a more positive way, in a more proactive way, and without, being stressed and get to the end of the day and being completely burnt out. Because, there's no doubt about getting to the point, but it's about how you get there, how you're going to feel when you get to your goal, So that was the main point for me, at least.
And it was an amazing one as well, because as high achievers, we always get to where we want to go. But when you mentioned, I remember the how was like, that's exactly it. How can I achieve that goal without paying a heavy price on my own health or other things in my life that we start to learn as we grow older, that they are precious. This energy that we have is not limitless. This love that we give to people is not limitless. So why are we giving it to the wrong people or maybe in the wrong places? So honing it in on ourselves first, and then we get to choose who we give it to. And that power of choice, it just expands, and we are able to give it even to more people. It's just people who actually are willing to receive it in a beautiful way, and we can impact them in a much beautiful way.
Yes.
100%. So I want to ask you, what exactly did you like most about our journey together?
I like the way of the way you are during the session, because you are open. You make feel, people in a no judgment zone. So even if we are talking about something like private, sensitive, whatever, I don't feel like, oh, but then wait, I have to think about before opening up, because I don't know what to say, or I don't know, the person on the other side, how is going to perceive me, how she's going to react or whatever. Because every time, no matter what I was saying, you were, always there, bringing positive in the conversation, bring positivity. So for me, the fact that I could feel, welcome, let's say welcome in all the topics we went through, in all the situation we were facing, because we were also talking about stuff which maybe wasn't the best, So, but even, when I was facing my monsters, you gave me the chance to do it, in a positive way. And you were there, helping me, you were present. So this was important. And this was actually, for what I see, a good part of the process, a good part, a good element, a good factor in this.
Definitely. And I feel that, thank you, first of all, for sharing these amazing words. And I'm going to give it back to you because the work that was done, it was all thanks to you, and being open and being willing to go there so that to understand what's going on so that you can live the highest version of yourself. Yeah. We just need to understand what's going on. Why are we feeling this way? And then putting it in a different light and shining light even more. And all that work was all you, for sure. I maybe have help there, but it was definitely all you, for sure. What would you tell someone who is considering investing in themselves and start their self-development journey with the Iowa coaching method?
I would say to go for it with no doubts, even if I can understand that in an initial phase, maybe someone can have doubts, because especially if you are not used to coaching, or maybe if you in the first place don't have a clear idea about what coaching is, maybe you are like, okay, but I don't know actually how it can work, I don't know if it's something right for me, if it's a good fit or not. But in my opinion, there's just a way to find out, you go through the process, and then when you get to the end, you will thank me for the advice that I'm giving you now, because then when you get there, even, not just in the end, because even before you realize that, because the first sessions, maybe you're like, okay, why am I doing this? Because you are facing the bad stuff, but once you did that, you will be thank yourself for having doing this, because you did it and it's the right thing to do. Because as always, when you start something, it's not easy in the first, the early stages are never the easiest. But then once, when you, the same as when you climb the mountain, when you are going, you're like, oh, it's hard. And then it's hard. But then when you get to the top, and then you just have to go all the way down, and you're like, okay, it was a great decision to do this. It was a great decision. It was the best decision ever, So, of course, I would say, go for it, because it's the best investment that you could do. The one in yourself is the best investment that you could do, because nothing and no one can take away the improvements that you're going to make. It's not like an object that someone can steal it from you. Improvement will stay with you, within you, actually. So it's just great. It's just great. Let me say that.
And it's a beautiful metaphor. I think you summarized it beautifully, is that it's true. People, when they invest in something, they're scared in any investment, right? If it's real estate or if it's something, let alone on themselves. And when they think that, do I definitely need this, for example? But when you invest in yourself, you're saying it beautifully, is that it's something definitely that is going to be for life. Especially when it's something like coaching and learning about yourself and growing and becoming more, better, successful, whatever you want to work on, just getting better at that. It's something that's never it's a win-win. You cannot lose with that. It's like a return of investment for sure type of work. But the second thing is that no one can steal it from you. And I think that's something to bring awareness about, because you can get the most, anything could go. If you buy a bag, if you build a house, it can go away. But what could go with you is that you going, actually. And then even then you can pass on this knowledge in a way, or through your family, through, writing a book or whatsoever. But when you invest in yourself, that never gets lost or stolen. I love that metaphor. Thank you for sharing that. So how would you summarize, if you just had a few sentences to summarize the whole journey together, how would you sum it up?
I would summarize it by saying that, for me, as you also said a bit before, when I started, I was kind of lost, because I had, my skills, I had my task, And so somehow, some way, I was always getting to the point, I was getting to the destination, but I didn't have the clarity that I have now. So if you are in a process when you know what you want, but you don't know maybe how to get there, or maybe you are getting there, but you're getting there in a way that you are not enjoying. So if the point is to really overall feel better and feel more fulfilled actually from your life, from your everyday routine, from your habits or whatever, do it, in a nice way, because getting there, probably you were getting there anyway. Because as we said, if you're an overachiever, you can bet you are getting there. There's no way you are not getting to your end goal, because you get there. There's no issue about that. There's no doubt. But it's the how. Yeah. So for me, it was the change that I had through this process. They changed the approach and everything, the perspective, the new perspective that I gained from this. That was the game changer for me.
And I think that's a beautiful thing, because once you focus on your perspective, it's always for you, and you cannot lose with that. And when you have that clarity, like, I think people nowadays, they're having troubles waking up each morning and knowing what they want. Like waking up with mental clarity and feeling good and just going and doing whatever they want. I think this is where people are having struggles, and then they get stressed and things, become worse and worse. But the way you said it, if we have clarity, it's just good. Just having that clarity gets you to wake up every morning knowing exactly what you want in your life, and you're doing it. Just because once you have a clear and focused you with a clear and focused why, the how is easy. So that's pretty much it.
Yes. And then once you learn, you can apply it for everything, basically. So it's not just, just work, not just for the private life. It's not just for a project in particular. But once you gained the knowledge, then you can apply to whatever you want.
Yeah, and it can definitely help in everything, because I see a lot in people when they have that clarity and they're living the life the way they want, is that they become better people. They become better in relationships, better at work. They're just happier and they're more fulfilled.
And you live in the moment.
You're living in
which
the
is something very precious nowadays. Yes.
Exactly. And they're great people to be around, for sure. So thank you so much, Andrea, for sharing this amazing knowledge together and helping people, to see that it's never, too late just to believe in yourself and start on your journey. Just have that power in you, get on that call and just invest in yourself, and you'll never lose. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. And I'm excited for part 2 of our journey.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.